constructive and affirmative of the issue. Have I such a speech?
Yes, you do.
Representative Mahachko, the floor is yours.
I'm going to stand.
Please.
Let's talk about sex, baby. Sex education, that is. The time to make a uniform sex education curriculum is now. The sex education should focus on safe sex rather than the abstinence approach, should be evidence-based and medically accurate, and should allow guardians to opt out on their child's behalf. According to ncsl.org, 3 in 10 girls will be pregnant at least once before their 20th birthday. That means out of the 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 girls, 13 girls here, 3.3 of us will be pregnant. So that is a bit scary, don't you think? We need to prevent this. We must teach children about safe sex in order to prevent these pregnancies. This is not the only risk of unsafe sex, though. In 2011, 16% of students reported that they were never taught in school about AIDS or HIV infection. 3.2 million teen girls between 16 and 19 years of age have one or more of 4 different STDs. This is a touchy topic. Some students are going uneducated about the risks of STDs as well. This issue cannot be ignored. In the last decade, 55 to 48% of teens have reported being sexually active, according to stateteen.org. It's nearly impossible to stop them from doing it. However, teaching them through the safe sex approach, we can give them basic instructions on using birth control methods and physical products that can help reduce the risks associated with unsafe sex. By medically accurate, we mean through evidence from biology and the field of medicine, we can educate children using straight facts that cannot be debated or misconstrued. The problem with sex education using the safe sex approach rather than abstinence is that this may displease parents due to religious or different moral beliefs. We have offered an opt-out option so that parents who are uncomfortable with the way that school is to teach sex education can release their student from the class and have the opportunity to educate the child how they please. We need to reform sex education, and the reform needs to happen now. I will pass.
Thank you very much. At this time, we'll open the floor to a negative cross-examination of the speech in the time of 1 minute. Negative teen, your time starts now.
Okay, so you're saying that nearly 3 in 10 teen girls will get pregnant at least once before the age 20. What was that according to again?
That was according to ncsl.org.
What kind of website is that?
It is an organization for the Congress to pass laws.
So would you say that website is biased?
No. Why would you think it's biased?
And what makes you credible enough to know that it's not biased?
Because it's .org and it's an issues research page about health and state policies.
Okay.
10 seconds. Our cross-examination time has now ended. We'll move on for the negative team to have 30 seconds to prepare for their first constructive. Your preparation time starts now. Ten seconds. At this time, our negative preparation time is ended. We'll move on to a negative constructive, the amount of 3 minutes. Have I such a speech?
Yes, you do.
Representative, the floor is yours.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for listening to our very important debate of sex education. I would like to reintroduce you to my teammates, Dustin Mitchell, Taylor Schmitz, Brandon Webb, and myself, Representative Steve. We think that teaching kids sex education weakens their moral, and every kid has different morals and religious beliefs. The school should not have the right to compromise these beliefs. Many schools do not teach abstinence only, but teach how to have intercourse safely, whereas many religious and family values stress marriage before intercourse. Teachers are not always trained how to properly teach sexual education courses and may transgress their own beliefs and morals into the subject matter, rather than stick with the facts. We believe that by teaching kids sex education too early can destroy their minds and corrupt their childhood youth.
Thank you very much, Representative. At this time, we'll open the floor to an affirmative cross-examination of the speech, the length of 1 minute. Your time starts now.
You said that it weakens morals by teaching children sex education, correct? We believe that since that is a concern by lots of parents, that we would offer the opt-out option, so that parents can opt out if they feel like their children's morals are being weakened or that it does not match their family morals.
But wouldn't that make the kid feel like they're left out? Is the isolation of the child?
Not if that child's morals is being compromised, then they would feel that their parents are taking care of them.
Doesn't that cause feud at the house? Having your parents say you can't have the education that everyone else in your class is having?
Would everyone else be getting it, or would there be more parents opting out?
10 seconds.
Well, if there are more parents opting out, then why are they having it? Why are they having sex ed at all?
There would be more parents opting out than there was opting in.
Doesn't make sense.
You just said.
Thank you, Representatives Mahochko, Webb, and Mitchell. At this time, we'll move on to the affirmative team's 30-second preparation time. Your time to prepare starts now. Nice job so far, guys. Good points, good questions. Ten seconds. Affirmative team, our preparation time is ended. We'll now open the floor to a 3-minute second constructive in affirmative of the bill. Have I such a speech?
Yes, we do.
Representative Young, the floor is yours.
Sex is an topic that is discussed very in detail at schools. We need to learn more about safe sex, so condoms, birth control, and stuff like that, how to prevent things from happening like contracting an STD, becoming pregnant before they are the issue. Meaning you don't want to have to end up going to emergency contraceptives such as abortion. And it's proven that children are having sex at earlier ages, meaning 63% of kids who are in high school have sex by the grade of senior year, which is scary. Scary to know that more than half of us have had sex in this room. Knowing this, only about 25% of us are using some sort of birth control, meaning contraceptives such as condoms or birth control. Other than that, we need to educate them more on how to prevent contracting the STD instead of getting rid of the STD.
Pass. Excellent. Thank you very much, Representative. At this time, we'll open the floor to a negative cross-examination for 1 minute. The time starts now.
So, Representative Young, you had said that you're teaching the ways to prevent STDs and STIs in unwanted pregnancies. Is that correct? Well, wouldn't you say that abstinence is the only 100% surefire way of preventing STDs, STIs, and unwanted pregnancies?
Yes, but how are you going to stop every child from having sex when you know that they're going to anyway?
You're implying that every child is going to have sex.
Wow.
When you just said, 63, so what's that?
In the last decade.
30, 36, 37% of kids don't.
In the last decade, more than 50% have reported having sex.
What is that according to?
According to stateteen.org.
Really? Because according to stateteen.org, less than half.
Pregnancy.
10 seconds.
According to stateteen.org, less than half of teens in high school have had sex.
In the past decade?
Thank you very much, Representatives Mitchell and Mahochko. At this time, the negative team has 30 seconds to prepare for their second and final constructive. Your preparation time starts now.
Right now.
Right now.
That's what I thought.
10 seconds. Negative team, your preparation time is now ended. At this time, we'll open the floor to a 3-minute negative constructive, the final constructive on this issue. Have I such a speech?
Yes, you
Representative, the floor is yours.
On behalf of the negative team, we think that your plan will cause our country to spend too much money on sex education, whereas now abstinence-only approach spends less money on sex education than the comprehensive approach.
Right now, Obama's budget is $178 million for teen pregnancy prevention. If we teach
about 75% of that is for programs proven to have, the other 25% could be more, like the 25% of it isn't really used, and that's according to USA Today. Teammates?
Pass. Thank you very much, Representative. At this time, we'll open the floor to a 1-minute affirmative cross-examination of this constructive. Your time starts now.
So you're saying we use too much money for teen pregnancy? Are you saying that it's not worth spending money on? That it's not worth teen pregnancy? That you want teens to become pregnant?
It is definitely worth the money being spent on. It is not worth as much money being spent on when we can just have the abstinence-only approach being taught, and kids will learn not to have sex rather than, oh, once you have sex, we'll take care of you.
But then what's happening with this other 25% that you just said isn't being used?
They say that it's not for it's not an innovative programs.
Do you know how much it costs to run abstinent programs
I do not.
versus sex education?
Less. I'm assuming. So not
It's
my
about
personal opinion.
$102 million for abstinent-only programs.
Versus 178 million, which is what we stated before.
10 seconds.
Which is not as effective because, according to, crap, I don't know.
It wouldn't be nearly as effective because you're going to be combining both of them together, which is going to cost nearly as much as just teaching one.
Thank you very much, Representatives. At this time, the constructive floor is closed. No new sources will be introduced into our discussion. The affirmative team has 30 seconds to prepare for their first rebuttal. Your time starts now. Ten seconds. Our preparation time has ended. Affirmative team, you have 2 minutes for the first rebuttal. Do I have such a speech?
Yes, you do.
Representative Mahachko, the floor is yours.
You say that, in your first constructive, you said that it weakens morals, but like we said, parents can opt out. And also you said that it takes a lot of money to teach safe sex education, and that it would take less to teach abstinence. However, once you teach abstinence, if there's still going to be teen pregnancies, that also costs a lot of money. Babies are a lot of money. It takes $12,000 for a hospital visit just to give the baby, and that's not even counting a C-section. And a lot of these girls are very small. They could require C-sections because, not that many, because it's dangerous. Also, to go for a ultrasound, it takes a lot of money. And these teens might not be paying on their own. What if they're on welfare? What if they're getting aid from the state? It's still going to cost a lot of money to help with this when you just could be preventing it in the first place by saving some money when you're just teaching abstinence.
Another thing is that when you tell kids to go for abstinence and just saying no, when you tell a little kid, don't touch the stove, it's hot, you don't, or like you say don't touch it without saying it's hot, they're going to touch it and then they're going to figure out it's hot. And we're all just a bunch of little kids in big bodies. You're going to tell us don't have sex and we're going to be like, oh no, I want to. You know, I don't care what you have to say. And if you don't get the explanations and you don't get all of these information about sex and like everything that can happen because of it, you're going to do it without knowing any of the repercussions.
I would say that with an abstinence-only approach, repercussions are taught with the use of the only 100% surefire way of not getting an STD, unwanted pregnancy, or STI is to not have sex.
10 seconds, affirmative team.
What happens if they do get it then? Then how do they know what to do? You don't teach
they've
them.
been taught about it, but they don't talk.
So you
It's
do
not.
teach
It's not. We're not
sex.
telling you to not. Our bill isn't to say not to have be taught about.
Thank you,
safe sex.
Representatives Mitchell, Mahachko, and Elliott. At this time, the negative team has 30 seconds to prepare for their second rebuttal. Your preparation time starts now. Ten seconds. Our preparation time has ended. Negative team, you have 2 minutes for your first rebuttal. Have I such a speech? Representative Schmitz, the floor is yours.
With protecting their moral, and you guys say you get to allow to opt out, how do you know your kid will be educated? And then that won't help the facts of the high teen pregnancies, the high STDs. The kid has no education, and how are you going to just leave it to the parents to be able to teach them? Because obviously if they're going to opt out, they're going to give them the bare minimal anyway.
Don't your parents care about you?
Yeah, but...
If your parents care about you, then they're
That's
going
not
to
necessarily
care.
true.
Can you imagine
That's
your
not
parents
necessarily true.
sitting
Do you
you
know how many
down
kids
and
are given up for
explaining
adoption
everything?
every year?
Good point.
That's not necessarily true. Not all kids' parents care about them.
Yeah.
Okay,
Being
well,
put up for
Because my
adoption
brother was
doesn't mean,
adopted out of my
I was
family.
adopted.
hey, being put up
My
for
brother
adoption
was
doesn't mean
adopted
parents
out of
don't
my
care about
family
you.
for the reason that my
If your
mom
parents-
would not take care of him.
if your parents are taking the time to sign a paper saying, I don't want my child to be there, I care about their morals, then obviously they care enough to tell you that you should not be having sex if that's what you are saying that the
the
But
parents
think
do.
about this. Think about this. When you are, when you take home your little syllabuses at school and stuff, do your parents actually sign them, or do you just take them home and sign them yourself?
I always have my parents sign stuff, don't you guys?
Oh, definitely.
Always.
Okay, so you're saying, okay, if you have,
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Taylor and Maddie are C and H. No, I'm just kidding.
so if you have your child opt out, that's, you know as a child, okay, my mom doesn't want me to learn about this because she doesn't want me having sex. That's about the same thing as saying, hey, you should be taught abstinence. So that's about getting the same education as not teaching sex education in schools.
Boom.
Did you catch it? Can you repeat yourself, please?
Negative team, you got 10 seconds.
I mean, we're all just trying to get to an agreement here. What's best for the kids?
Yeah. What's
Yeah.
best for the kids?
And the time has ended, Representatives. Thank you for that very creative rebuttal on behalf of both teams. Affirmative team, you have 30 seconds to prepare for your second rebuttal, and that time starts now.
We have this and this.
10 seconds. Our preparation time is now ended. Affirmative team, you have 1 minute for your second rebuttal. And that, I'm sorry, do I have such a speech?
Yes.
Representative Nugent, the floor is yours.
So you guys claim that morals can be affected badly by teaching, not just teaching sex education in school. However, society is evolving, it's changing. You can no longer hinder the development of a future generation due to the dated belief system that no longer applies to the majority of the population.
Can you repeat the last,
Yeah,
like,
sorry.
everything?
How can you justify hindering the development of the future generation due to a dated belief system that doesn't even apply to us?
How does it not apply to us?
Because as facts have been stated, 50% or greater.
10 seconds.
But I defrauded that with the same website that said 50% of kids aren't having sex. Over 50% of kids aren't
In
having
the
sex.
last decade, no. It was 53%. And higher and lower.
Thank you very much, Representatives. At this time, the negative team has 30 seconds to prepare for their second rebuttal, and your preparation time starts now. 10 seconds. And our preparation time has ended. Negative team, you have 1 minute for your second rebuttal. Have I such a speech?
Yeah.
Representative, the floor is yours.
Okay, so, and I speak for the negative team when I say that there is one, and I will repeat this over and over again, there's only one way to be 100% free of STDs, STIs, and unwanted pregnancies, and that is to not have sex. If that is taught to our kids and ingrained in their heads, we believe that our kids will not do such things. Anyone else learn anything?
Yeah. Alright, so, back to what we said last time about the opting out. Don't you think if a student was like 18
10 seconds.
and their parents said they couldn't be in it and they signed the paper, but they're 18, they want to do it, aren't they going to be able to do it?
Just by teaching.
Thank you, Representatives Mahachko, Webb, and Mitchell. Affirmative team, you have 30 seconds to prepare for your third and final rebuttal. That preparation time starts now. Ten seconds. Excellent, very good. Affirmative team, you have 1 minute for your final rebuttal. Have I such a speech?
Yeah.
Representative Mahachko, the floor is yours.
So there's a lot of politicians out there, but we all know one, Sarah Palin. She's very big in the news and she's very popular. Her daughter, she's a Republican, she is a Christian, and her 18-year-old daughter got pregnant. I'm guessing that she taught all her kids abstinence is the way, as any Christian mother does. However, her daughter ended up pregnant as a teen.
Do you have facts that her mom taught her that?
What?
Where's your...
Yeah, she didn't have enough information about it because she was probably taught abstinence because she's a Christian and she ended up pregnant as a teen. As a teen, she was pregnant.
Where is
and
your
now she's a
source
child.
that
She's
says
not married.
that she
She's a child.
taught her
and
daughter
she's not
that? There's no
10 seconds!
She's going to have to take care of a child from the age of 18. Do you know
Thank you, representatives! At this time, the negative team has 30 seconds to prepare for their final rebuttal. Your preparation time starts now. Oh, God. They're preparing.
The destiny, man.
It's right. I threw it at you.
10 seconds.
I think we're winning this time.
I think when we're on this side, we
And our negative preparation time has ended. Negative team, you have 1 minute for your third and final rebuttal. Have I such a speech?
Yeah.
Representative Mitchell, the floor is yours.
So, to go on what you said last, Ms. Mahachko, Bristol Palin went on TV and said how she was pledging that she thinks that people should wait until marriage before having sex.
Yeah,
and
because
that's what
she's
she was
pregnant.
Yeah, because she did
They
it.
don't do that.
And
She
she
taught
thought that. So she made a mistake, and then she learned the correct way, which is the abstinence-only way.
Should
I
people
agree
be
that.
making a mistake before they have a baby? Or
Yes,
should they learn not to have a
so we
baby?
want all the
They
kids to
don't
make
mistake.
mistakes.
Well, maybe if she was taught abstinence in her
I
in her
agree.
school, she would have agreed with that. You don't know that her mom did teach her that or did not teach her that.
I agree that abstinence is the way, but that doesn't mean that they're not going to go do stuff.
You agree with us.
Maybe
Then
it's
why
not
don't you sit
But
over
there are
here?
kids out there that I can count how many kids in the school that have already done it.
10 seconds.
Stay.
You're not sure if they had sex or not. Are you with them every minute of the day?
It's a small school, we know.
No, you don't.
And that ends our